Welcome to the course for PowerShell automation for Azure SQL Server DBA with networking concept. In this video session, we are going to learn about public IP. What is the public IP and what is the use of this public IP? Before starting the session of the theory, I will go to the Excel and try to explain here. See, uh, we are trying to create the virtual machine and we are going to create all resources which is the part of virtual machine, right? Individually. We have created the subnet, we have created the virtual machine, and we have created the network interface, right? Now we are going to create the IP addresses. Which IP addresses? We are going to create the public IP addresses. And this IP addresses, we are going to attach with the network interface. Right. So what is the purpose of this public IP? My previous video, I have already explained about public IP and private IP. Here also the concept will be the almost same. We can say when you want to identify a device uniquely, you need the public IP, right? And using that public IP, you are going to attach with your network interface. Why? Because your all traffic, right? All traffic, it is going to be moved from the network interface only. When you want to communicate between the two multiple of system, this is the network interface only. This everything is going to be happen. Communication, your traffic is going to be moved from the network interface. So without public IP, you cannot communicate globally, right? Because in the previous video session, right, when I was explaining you the IP addresses, there I have already explained about the public IP and private IP, right? What is this public IP and private IP, right? That one we have already discussed, right? So like few things again I will revise you, right? The same thing like private IP will be non-unique because it is going to be used for private purpose, same as in your home network, right? You have that laptop, home laptop, you have the mobile, you have some printer, so these all are using the private IP, right? And it is non-unique, means your private IP will be unique within your network, right? If you are using like four system in your home, so and you are connecting with the internet or router, so that time all IP will be the different in your local network, right? If you have two local network, maybe you can use the same IP. So we can say that this private IP is unique within the network, right? Or within the LAN, but public IP is unique globally, right? And second thing, where without private IP, you cannot access the internet. Again, I told you here one thing. If I am talking about without private IP, I cannot talk with internet, I cannot communicate with the internet. But I told in the home, you are using your own laptop, right? It's having the private IP. Then how it is going to be communicate? So it is happen through the router, because your internet connection is coming to the router and your connection is going into the router, and after that, that router is going to be convert your private IP to public IP, and the connection and the communication is happen through that. Here also we need, if we have multiple of VM, you have one web application here, you want to communicate between the your server, your database server to web application, or you VM want to communicate with database server, and these all are the present locally all different subnet. That time it's the public IP, and using that public IP, you are going to communicate through the internet. So first things, we have to create the public IP. So what I am going to do, first I will go and use my Azure portal to create the public IP. So how to create the public IP? I will go to the create a resource, and here I will write public IP address. Once I will type public IP address, you can see I will click on this public IP address and I will hit on create. Once I will go for creation of public IP, of course, I have to select the proper resource group, which resource group I am going to create this public IP. And after that, of course, you have to select that your region. And after selecting the region, you have to provide the my name of the public IP, my public IP, right? And once this everything will be ready, what you have to do, you just have to go to the next, and try to hit on create this public IP. I have hit on the creation of the public IP. It will take few seconds for creation of public IP, right? And then we'll wait for few seconds. Okay, so we are waiting for it. It will take few. Now the deployment, I think it is going on. Okay, so now you can see this deployment is completed. I'm going to my resource. I'm going inside the public IP. I can go like this also, public IP addresses. And this is the, okay, it is taking a little bit time to load because sometime it will take a little bit time. Okay, I will now go to the public IP. Now you can see the public IP has been given me this IP addresses, right? So what you understood, first we are creating the public IP, and this public IP it has given some IP addresses, that public IP addresses to me. The next thing is I'm going to network interface, right? Because I told you we have to attach this public IP public IP address to the network interface. So what we have to do, we are going to the network interface. So now you can see there will be the multiple of network interface. So in here I am selecting this in network interface only, right? I will select this network interface, and after that I will go to the IP config. Okay, before that we will see now you can see the public IP is not assigned here, right? Right? Why? Because we have not attached public IP to our network interface. How to attach this? You have to go to the setting, and after setting, go to the IP config. Once you will go to the IP config, here there will be some name will come. There will be multiple of IP config you want, you can create using the add button. You go to this, and here just you click on associate public IP address, and here you can select the same IP which one it was created when you are creating the public IP, right? And you just select on it and just click on save. So once you will save it, right, then you can see here, you can see the public IP address has been assigned to your network interface, right? So I hope it is clear now. If you want to remove this, I don't want to keep it, I want to create this by, now you can see this came here also, like my public IP. I will go here. If I want to delete it, I will go to the IP configure. Then I'm going to disassociate this one IP. I will save this. I will go to the home, and then which public IP I have created, I will try to delete this, right? And after that, I will start creating the public IP using PowerShell code. I hope till here no one has any doubt. Okay, now it is deleted. Now we will go and we'll try to create from PowerShell script. Okay, now what I will do, I will go to my PowerShell window and I will try to. So what you understood first, what we are doing, we will try to do the same thing here as well. So what we have done first, we'll go to the public IP address. The first thing what we are doing, and we are trying to create the public IP, right? We'll go here and we are selecting the proper resource group, and then we are providing the name of that IP, and we are just selecting this SKU as standard, right? And we are just going with the our default things, right? Okay. So now what we are going to do, same thing we will try to create using the PowerShell code. So this is the command for creating the IP, public IP address. What is the command? The command is new hyphen AZ public IP address. You have to provide the public IP address name. So what we are going to do, I'm going to provide you public IP name. I'm giving app IP. What is the resource group name? My resource group is PowerShell hyphen RGP hyphen PRD, and the location is North Europe. If I'm going to execute this code, what is going to be happen? My public IP is going to be created. So just wait for some time. Now I think this script is executed successfully, and we will go to our Azure portal and try to check whether public IP is created or not. Still, it will take some time. We have to refresh this, because I told whenever you are trying to create any resource from the PowerShell, it will take some time. So just wait for few seconds. Okay, now I am going to the public IP address. Now you will see the public IP has been created. If I will go to the public IP, I will able to see the IP address is already assigned to, oh sorry, it assigned. And what is this IP address? This is 552 552.236.123.118, right? And what is my next work? Next work means I have to go to this network interface, right? After going to network interface, there will be, now for me here is only one in network interface. There will be multiple of network interface if you are working in the real time, right? Among of them, you have to select the proper this IP address, right? And once you are going inside this network interface, you have to go to the IP config. So if you want to go to the IP configuration and try to update that public IP here, you need this information. You need network interface name, which interface you want to go, right? For that purpose, what we are trying to do, we are going and just finding our network interface detail first. Why? Because we have to update the IP config. And for IP configuration, we cannot go to the any IP config, right? IP config will be there inside the network interface. So first we have, if we have hundreds of network interface, we cannot go with the any network interface, right? We have to go particular that network interface. So how we will identify? We will identify through the name. So what we are doing, we are just giving here my network interface name, which one we have created in the previous video, that is app network interface. And we are getting that all detailed about that network interface and saving into this, right? So now we have reached till here. We have went inside the network interface, and we have identified we have to go inside this network interface, right? So once we are there inside this network, you can see here is no public IP has been assigned as of now, right? After that, what we have to do, we have to go to where we have to go to the IP config details, right? That also is very, very important, because go, once we will go to inside that network interface, we are going IP config. And inside IP config, here is only one, but in real time, maybe here will be hundreds of IP config. I can write IP config. I will give my IP config. Just I will hit on, sorry, I don't want to attach now. Directly I can go here and I will give my IP and I added here, right? So now you can see here will be two IP config, right? But in real time, there will be the multiple of IP config. What you have to do, you have to figure out, I'm deleting this because I don't require this as of now. So I will select this, I will try to delete. So maybe in real time, there will be hundreds of IP config, maybe inside this network interface. You have to select the proper IP config, right? Which IP we have to update, right? For that, we have to figure out the IP config details. So what we are doing, we are going with this, get this, and we are giving the network interface, right? Right. After that, what we are doing, we have to set the network, right? IP config. So for setting the IP config, you need this name, right? So how we are getting this name? We are going with set hyphen AZ network IP config, right? And we have given the public IP address. What is the public IP address? Which one you are getting from here means which IP you have created, public IP. That all information I am passing from here. Next, I am giving IP config slash name, right? What it is going to give? It is going to be give me this IP config name, right? Because we are getting the all information from here. In this, we have already told go and take the all information from this, go to this network interface. Inside that, go and select this IP configuration detail. So that's why I'm passing this name. It should not has to go if there is the multiple of IP config. So you have to just no update this only. So I have given this, and after that, what you have to do, you have to update the network interface detail. That is very, very important. This also you have to perform. So what you understood, I have created the first code of PowerShell. We have created the public IP address. Once my public IP address is ready and it assigns some IP addresses, that IP address is 152.236.123.118. After that, I went for network interface. In the network interface, there will be multiple of network interface. We figure out this is the network interface only we have to go. We went inside this. This is nothing but this one, right? Once we are ready with the network interface, we have identified. Now we are going with the IP config. So if we have to update the IP config, we have to pass that network interface name. So that only we have done here. And after that, we are going to IP config. And after going to IP config, we have to select this and we have to select the proper IP, this IP public IP, right? Which will be created by the public IP, right? We have to select this. So for selecting this, we have passed this parameter. Go and set the public IP, means public IP, which one we created, that all information is going to be stored here. That one we are passing here. Then we are taking the name of that IP config, which IP config we want to update. And then next is network interface. So which network interface we have to go? We cannot go to the any network interface. So this is defining my network interface. Then after that, this network, this parameter is what? This variable is nothing but deciding go to network interface and select this network, the network interface. If you have multiple, you select that. And after that, what happened? This is the private IP, public IP. You go to IP and select this IP config and go and select this IP only, right? That is will be done by here, right? Because everything we have defined. And next is we are updating the with updating the detail with the network interface. So till here public IP we have created in my last just before, right? So already my public IP is ready. So I don't want to create it again. I will execute it now. So till now you can see I have canceled. There is no public IP, right? So I will go to the home. I will show you that nothing is there. It will take anyhow some time. I will go to the apps. So now you can see, okay, it came now. Go to the IP config, and now you can see it is attached. Public IP has been attached. That one I have not done, right? It will be done by the my PowerShell, and this is the same IP 52.2236.123.118. So this is the things how we have attached our public IP public IP to the network interface. So again, I will explain you. If you want to create the virtual machine, if you are creating by Azure portal, by default this all are the resource is going to be created automatically, but we want to create individually. So what we have done, we have tried to create virtual network first, and once we have created the virtual network, we have created the subnet. After that, we have created the network interface. We have created the public IP. We have attached this public IP with the network interface for moving the all traffic from network interface, and public IT will be used for communicating the each networks globally. So I hope this is clear now. Now we will go and we will check about network security group, inbound rule, subnet, etc. in the next video session. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you have not gone through my course, PowerShell course, please go and watch this video, right? Please go and watch. This is very basic things I have explained about this course, and this is really very important for you all. So please go and watch this. Even I have three more course I have created. Second is like PowerShell for HTML health check. So if you want, you can go and visit this. There is one more course that is called PowerShell programming and scripting for TSQL, T-SQL programming and scripting for SQL DBA. And there is one more version I have created for professional way of writing the PowerShell script, right? Professional automation using PowerShell script for SQL DBA. This is nothing but it is the advanced version of this script, advanced version of this script. So if you have gone through it and you like that this is this course and you want to learn anything in advance, you can go and visit this course. So thanks for watching this video. Please continuous watch my session, and next session we are going to do something new. Thanks for watching this video.